attachment style, which is excessive trauma. It pushes you into both anxious and avoidant based on whatever situation you're in. You're highly adaptable.
And typically an avoidant person will attract an anxious person.
Like magnets. Yeah, it's hard to keep them apart is really what it is.
Yeah, that's what creates these unexplainable attractions.
There's no wall high enough to keep an avoidant person and an anxious person apart. The avoidant person loves the free love and energy and connection from the anxious person and just this unfiltered adoration. It's an endless dopamine fest for about 5 to 7 months, and they luxuriate in it. They love that there's no demands. They love that there's no price tags on anything because the anxious person is too afraid to demand a price tag for anything. And the anxious person loves that the avoidant person can just give so much validation, so much attention, so much connection. They can just binge that dopamine, which for the anxious person is oxytocin and dopamine. So they feel safety, they feel addicted. It's a biochemical addiction, very similar to gambling addiction actually in the brain. And it's this endless drug fest until about 5 to 7 months when the novelty dopamine wears off and the avoidant person craters, their pleasure goes away, and they stop finding the same joy in the anxious person. And at the same time as the anxious person is now kind of starting to push for commitment and connection and bonding, the avoidant person begins to pull away. The anxious person freaks out and panics, believing they're going to be abandoned. They start chasing, and it begins this ugly dynamic of chasing, desperation, fear, withdrawing, running away. It's a horrible cycle that people go through.
And the solution would seem to be the anxious person should hook up with another anxious person, but that won't work.
That almost never happens because then they just sit there waiting for somebody to give them oxytocin, like a flower waiting to be pollinated.
Those are the situations where somebody goes, I just don't feel it.
No, yeah, it's
he doesn't have anything for me, or she doesn't have anything.
No, it's two bottoms in a relationship. It just doesn't work that way. The real solution is for both of them to sit down and have a conversation about the issues, but their brain says that will never work. No one would ever work with me. No one would ever be peaceful. No one would ever be kind. I can't talk about it, so I have to get my needs met secretly.
I've watched some of your